How did the United States double its size overnight? It wasn't through war or conquest, but with one of the greatest real estate deals in history. This is the story of the Louisiana Purchase, a single transaction that transformed a young, fragile republic into a continental power. Let's rewind to the dawn of the 19th century. America is a small nation, mostly clinging to the eastern side of the Mississippi River. The country's lifeblood is agriculture, and all that produced corn, wheat, tobacco has to get to market. The main highway for all this trade, the mighty Mississippi River, and every single boat, every shipment, had to pass through one critical port, New Orleans. For a long time, this wasn't a problem. The vast Louisiana Territory, which included New Orleans, belonged to Spain. Spain was a fading empire and was generally happy to let American merchants use the port. But then, in 1800, a secret deal changed everything. Spain handed the entire territory back to France, and France wasn't a fading empire. It was led by Napoleon Bonaparte, one of the most brilliant and ambitious military leaders the world has ever seen. Suddenly, America had a superpower on its western border, controlling its most vital economic artery. The fear in Washington was real. A French-controlled New Orleans could mean crippling taxes, a complete blockade, or even an eventual invasion. President Thomas Jefferson knew he had to act. He was a man who preferred peace and diplomacy, but he also recognized the immense danger. He famously wrote that France's control of New Orleans would force the United States into an alliance with its old enemy, Great Britain. His solution was simple, at least in theory: buy New Orleans. In 1802, Jefferson sent his diplomat, James Monroe, to Paris. Monroe's mission, alongside the American minister Robert Livingston, was clear and cautious. They were authorized to offer up to $10 million for New Orleans and maybe a little bit of the surrounding Florida territory. Their instructions said nothing about buying an entire subcontinent. But across the Atlantic, Napoleon's grand plans were falling apart. He had envisioned a new French empire in the Americas, with Louisiana serving as a giant farm to feed the enslaved laborers on France's lucrative sugar colonies in the Caribbean. But his most valuable colony, Saint-Domingue, what we now know as Haiti, was in the midst of a massive successful slave revolt. The Haitian Revolution, led by figures like Toussaint Louverture, was one of the most heroic and brutal conflicts of the era. French troops sent to crush the rebellion were decimated by fierce resistance and deadly yellow fever. Tens of thousands of soldiers died. By 1803, Napoleon had to face the facts. He had lost Haiti, and without Haiti, his vision for Louisiana was useless. To make matters worse, a new war with Great Britain was brewing. Napoleon needed money, and he needed it fast. A vast, sparsely populated territory an ocean away suddenly looked less like an asset and more like a liability. So, he made one of the most stunning decisions in modern history. When the American diplomats tried to negotiate for New Orleans, Napoleon's minister dropped a bombshell. "Forget the city," he said. "How would you like to buy all of it? All of Louisiana?" A territory of over 828,000 square miles, stretching from the Mississippi to the Rocky Mountains. It would one day become all or part of 15 U.S. states. The price, flat $15 million. That worked out to about 3 cents an acre. Livingston and Monroe were in shock. This was an incredible opportunity, but they had absolutely no authority to make such a massive purchase. Communication with Washington took months. If they waited for permission, Napoleon could change his mind, or the deal could leak and another country might try to interfere. They had to make a choice, believing the risk of an action was greater than the risk of overstepping their bounds. They shook hands on the deal. They bought the land. When the news reached President Jefferson, he was thrilled and horrified at the same time. The deal was a strategic masterpiece. It secured the nation's future and removed a major threat. But there was a constitutional problem. Jefferson was a strict constrictionist, meaning he believed the president could only do what the Constitution explicitly said he could do, and the Constitution said nothing about the president buying foreign land. For a moment, Jefferson considered proposing a constitutional amendment to make the purchase legal, but that would take too much time and could jeopardize the whole thing. In the end, pragmatism won out over principle. Jefferson argued that the purchase was part of a treaty, and the president absolutely had the power to make treaties. He sent the agreement to the Senate, and despite some opposition, it was ratified in late 1803. The Louisiana Purchase was official. The effects were immediate and profound. The United States literally doubled in size overnight. The Mississippi River was secure, ensuring America's economic growth, and a powerful European rival was gone from its backyard, a huge boost for national security. The purchase ignited the American imagination. The nation was no longer just an Atlantic country. It was now a continental one, with a vast unknown wilderness waiting to be explored. Just 1 year later, Jefferson dispatched Meriwether Lewis and William Clark on their legendary expedition to map the new territory and find a route to the Pacific. But the Louisiana Purchase also casts long, dark shadows. The land wasn't empty. It was home to dozens of Native American nations, each with its own culture, government, and ancestral lands. The purchase accelerated a brutal process of displacement as American settlers pushed westward, forcing native peoples off their land through broken treaties and outright violence. It also threw gasoline on the fire of America's most divisive issue, slavery. With every new territory carved out of the purchase, the bitter question arose: would it be a free state or a slave state? These fights over the expansion of slavery pushed the North and South further apart, setting the nation on a direct path to the Civil War. The Louisiana Purchase was far more than just a real estate deal. It was a turning point that shaped everything that came after. It secured America's economy, fueled its expansion, and redefined its identity. But it also unleashed forces of conflict and displacement that would haunt the country for generations. One decision, one signature, and the course of history was changed forever. Thanks for watching. If you found this story fascinating, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the moments that made history. See you next time.